So yeah, I was explaining, I left our house and I did a small business. After 3 months, the semester was over. And if the semester is over, it simply means the students are going back home, and definitely for me, I never had somewhere to go. I just had to find myself a way out. So the money I made in the past 3 months that I was hustling, I had to get a place to live. So I rented a house, I paid deposit, rent, I bought a few items, the bed, a mattress, and all that, and I decided to start life from there. And starting life, let me say it was hard because definitely, yes, I had money to move out, but at the end of the day, at the end of the month, I had to keep paying rent. I had to keep eating each and every single day, and life had to move on. So that simply means I had to get a job. But everywhere I went, I was asked just one question. They used to ask me, "Are you a graduate?" My answer was no. I was an undergraduate, a dropout for that matter. Second thing I was asked is, "Do you have anyone who can recommend you?" My answer was a very big no, because I had never worked for anyone. Sometimes I was asked whether I have any experience working. My answer was a no. So I was just unlucky. I couldn't get any job. And honestly, life was very, very tough at that particular point. At some particular point, I contemplated going back home, but I was like, what am I going to tell my parents? That I left home, I became a failure, and then now I'm coming back. It was hard for me. But just before I gave up, a friend of mine saw a post on Facebook. It was making money in the connected economy. And my friend was sort of negative, and she told me, "Mercy, I don't trust online businesses, but because you don't have anything to do at the moment and you're looking for a job, and because they haven't asked for any particular previous experience, the best thing you can do is go and see what they are offering." And personally, I'm a very, very open-minded person. Before I say no, I must come see what is being offered. And then at the end of the day, I'll just decide probably this is not for me, or this I can give it a try. And at that particular point, honestly, I had nothing to say no to because I had nothing of my own. So guys, I went to the presentation, I attended the presentation, and for me, I loved all what I had seen. I loved everything, the products, they were helping people, knowing that we're in third world countries whereby people are dying because of genetic diseases, people are just looking for cures that maybe they're not able to get. And personally, I loved the product, I loved the marketing plan more, and I was like, if people are doing this, I saw the wedding video of the daughter of Coach John. And that really, really motivated me. I was like, these people are doing it, I can do it also. I saw a lot of success stories. I went home, I went to YouTube, I searched, I was like, this is where I need to be. I've really suffered enough. This is where I wanted to be. My biggest problem was raising the capital. In Kenya, it was around 20,000. That's like $200. It was quite a lot of money because at that particular point, I was very, very jobless and earning no coin. So at the end of the day, it was really a lot of money to mention and even to look for. But one thing I knew was, and I had a very good inviter. My inviter told me three things that I've never forgotten. First thing he told me is, if you really want to do something in life, you're always going to find a way. But if you don't, you're going to give yourself excuses and justifications, even to yourself. You're going to tell yourself, this one can't work, this one, I can't do this. And the moment you've told yourself that, trust me, it's not going to work. We say winning and losing start in the mind. If you convince yourself you're going to win, trust me, you'll win. And if you convince yourself you're going to lose, even before you try, automatically you have lost it. The second thing my inviter asked me, he asked me, Mercy, between your dreams and 20,000 Kenya shillings, what is more valuable? I told him my dreams. And he told me, don't look at this amount of money as a spending. Look at it as an investment that's going to yield profits. Then from there, you can source ways to raise this amount of money. And he told me, when you're investing, don't look at what you're giving out. Look at what you're getting in return. Because personally, I couldn't talk about $140 that I wanted if I don't have $20. So if I don't have $20, yeah, that's it. And at the end of the day, I saw a lot of sense. The last thing he asked me is, if at all I lost my phone in town, And in 2 days' time, I tell myself, I want another phone. The truth is, I would get another phone in the shortest time period if I told myself I want another phone immediately, not because I have money, but because it will be a priority. Same thing he told me, prioritize getting started in the opportunity and trust me, you're gonna get this amount of money. Those words really, really hit me. And I went home thinking about it. And thinking about it, I had an option to call my parents and ask for that amount of money because it wasn't a lot to them. But I was like, if my parents never supported the course that I wanted to study, will they support a business I wanted to start? My answer was a very big no. And I was like, let me do this on my own. So I went ahead. I had a small laptop. I sold it. I got around $15. Getting $15, it pushed me forward. And definitely the other amount of money I borrowed, I called my mom. I told my mom that I'm really, really suffering. I don't have money for rent. I don't have money for food and all that. And my mom really quarreled me. She talked. But at the end of the day, she asked me, how much money do you want? I said around 10,000. That is like $10. My mom was like, that's a lot. I don't have that amount of money. I won't send you that because you actually went without us agreeing. So my mom just sent me $5, which is what I actually wanted. And I was very, very grateful. And I started my business very, very peacefully. When I started the business, my very, very goal was definitely to make money, number one. Second thing, I really wanted to travel the world because I had seen people traveling and I was like, Mercy, you have to take your first flight courtesy of this particular opportunity. You have to live a good life and definitely you have to enjoy everything else that you've promised yourself. I really wanted to do law. And that was because I really wanted people to get justice because here in Kenya, there's a lot of corruption and all that. But when I came into this particular opportunity, I actually saw I could serve much more people rather than me going, do law, and I'm not even guaranteed whether I'll get that particular job. So personally, I never went ahead with my education in campus. I decided to do the business on a full-time basis. And trust me, I can never regret. That was the best decision that I did to myself because if I said no to Alliance in Motion Global, trust me, I don't know where I would be today. A lot of things would not even be adding up. Probably I would have even killed myself. I don't know. But I just say Alliance is just the best thing. I am home over here and I'll share my slides as I proceed. This was where I was in campus. If you check my neck on the second picture, I was selling these types of jewelry that you can see over here. That's what I used to do. And I share my story with a lot of passion because it's not something that I read somewhere. This is something that I underwent. And I'm telling you with a lot of honesty from me because the pain I felt at that particular time really can't make me stop fighting for my dreams today. This was the very first day in my business. As you can see, I was still very, very small. But today I'm very, very big. Yeah. My first trips in the business, my first goal when I joined the business was to take a flight to different particular places. I used to believe that flights were for politicians, rich people, and all that. When I started making money in the business, in my 7th month, I remember very well, I took a flight to a town called Eldoret here in Kenya. And in Eldoret, I have a very big team. We have a second head office over there. And they love our company for that because the moment we started expanding, we grew a very big team. They decided to bless us with an office over here in Kenya, a second office over here in Kenya. And that was my first goal. In 6 months, I was already a silver executive by rank. Currently, I'm ranked as a gold executive prime, very, very close to a global ambassador. I believe by February, probably, I should be a global ambassador. And I'm really, really working to get there because it's one of the most prestigious ranks we have in the company. Averagely, the business pays me up to 500,000 Kenya shillings. In the month of October, I made huge amount of money. That is when I made around 752,000 Kenya shillings. Today, as I speak to you, I started with one account. Today, I ran 15 accounts. And me joining the business was the best thing that I did to myself. This is my first dashboard of the last screenshot that you can see over there. 3 years ago, I had a dream. And every particular person, before you start something, before you do anything, you always tell yourself, I'm doing this so that in the future I can get this and this. I'm doing this so that in the future I can benefit in this way or another. So when I joined the business, I had seen people achieve a lot of things. But personally, I never wanted a lot. I just wanted an iPhone and I wanted a BMW. That is what I wanted God to give me. And I remember in my LinkedIn account, I just posted this particular picture. And they said, having a vision is dreaming with your eyes wide open. And it was the caption of aim loyal, and $100 repeatedly, daily, repeatedly. And that is what I posted. So this year, I got myself an iPhone and I bought myself a BMW X1. This is it here. The day I was buying it, as you can see the pictures. And honestly, I thank God for Alliance in Motion Global for enabling me to become part of it, because I've achieved a lot of my dreams. When my dad was turning 55 years old, I bought him a piece of land and he was asking me, you refuse to study, we don't understand what business you do, you're coming here to give me a title deed, explain to us what you do so that we don't call you a drug dealer or something like that. And I sat down with my parents, explained to them the opportunity, and today they are my biggest supporters. I love them because of that, because at some particular point, we never agreed. But once they saw I was in the right path, they started supporting me endlessly. And one thing I know is, for every parent who is here, you might not understand when your kid is telling you, this is what they want to do, this is what they don't want to do. Sometimes you might feel like they're ignoring you, they just don't want to follow what you're telling them. But sometimes just let them be. Let them be, let them do it. When they feel like they're doing the wrong thing, they'll come back to you. That is one thing I believe. And if they're gonna do the right thing, please support them, because dreams are, everyone has a choice to dream, but the best thing that you can do is achieve that particular dream. And it's always very, very nice when you achieve a dream and you find people are there to congratulate you and definitely support you and see that you're headed in the right direction. And after I bought this particular car, my parents really, really believed so much in the opportunity. My goal next year is definitely start to build them a retirement home, one of the pieces of land that I've bought for them. And I know that is possible because I've seen so many people do that. And definitely I believe I can also do it. So we support people in the business, just like it said. I've introduced so many people in the business. I have a team of around 8,000 people as I'm speaking to you guys. And one of my leaders in the business is called Joseph Maina. Joseph started the business. He was working at as a construction worker. In Kenya, we call it mjengo. And as a construction worker, they make little amount of money, around $5 in a day. And you've been working from morning till evening. So for me, I introduced him into the business. And he never needed a lot of conviction. He just told me, Mercy, I've been raised by a single mother. And right now, I just finished my Form 4. I can't go to campus, because if I go to campus, that would mean my siblings are not going to study. So personally, I'm hustling with my mom so that my siblings can study. And he told me, Mercy, assure me that once I come on board in this particular business, my parent and my siblings are not going to sleep hungry in any particular day. And I told him, they're not going to sleep hungry. I'm assuring you that you just need to get started and definitely work hard. And today, he's already built the mom a very, very beautiful home. And recently, he bought himself a BMW M Sport 120i M Sport, and I'm very, very proud of him. This is also my leader on the left side, on the picture at the middle. This guy was an actor by profession. He was working for a very famous local TV station over here in Kenya. He was getting paid peanuts. He came on board. Today, he's making up to 100,000 each and every single month. We have the guy left on the right side, sorry. And this particular guy was a fashion designer. He never joined the business because of money or something like that. No, he just wanted freedom. And my joy is to see people from all walks of life are able to come on board and definitely work with us together in the business. This is our house that is being built by one of my business partners, and he's doing very, very well. So if it has been done, it can also be done. I've traveled to different particular countries to grow my business. My ladies over here from Somali, they really, really sell the products. And that's my joy to see people are earning a living out of selling the products purely. In 2019, I was in South Sudan, Juba. It's one of the most remote countries that I've ever visited, a remote country to a point whereby we find that like the whole town of Juba had one mortuary by that particular time. There are Maram roads in the middle of the capital city. It was very, very remote. But one thing I loved about these people, they're very, very open-minded. Today, we've grown a team of over 800 people, and today they are doing very, very well. I've been to the Philippines twice. It's always a pleasure to come to the Philippines. I love Philippines so much. COVID came and I felt like my dreams to come to Philippines yearly are being shattered, but I hope next year we're gonna come to the Philippines and definitely enjoy the islands, enjoy the cool foods, and enjoy everything else. I qualified for the trips and they are always very, very amazing. Next, to other destinations. I was also recognized as a member of the International Millionaire Circle. That was back in 2018 when I was in the Philippines. In this particular time, I was the youngest Millionaire Circle member we had here in Kenya. And it was a great honor. I met the CEO face to face. I met every particular board of directors. We had very many people cheering us. And it was a great honor. And I saw that everything that everyone else has achieved, I can also achieve it. And today I want to encourage each and every particular person in the Zoom meeting that if you've not gotten to any particular rank, keep working. You're gonna get there in the shortest time possible, so long as you're focused, so long as you're working towards your dream. We've done some charity events. This was when we were there for Alive Foundation. And this particular day, we met a lot of people, and it's always good to give back to society. And I say, we don't give because we have excess, we give because we have access. And definitely, if in the Bible it was documented when people were giving, it is also good for us to take pictures when you're giving, because at the end of the day, somebody else will see that picture and get motivated to go ahead and give. So we're not bragging, but we do that for the sake of people to learn from us. I've interacted with the BODs and very many top earners, like you can see. I've interacted with Joseph Lim. When I met him, I remember I felt as if my blood wasn't moving in the body, because I'd never met a billionaire, shaked his hand. And honestly, this particular day was one of my best days in life. I've met Roy Zeldua, I've met the CEO and Mam Connie. I met all these particular board of directors, the late Francis Miguel. And to be honest, it is always a great experience meeting and interacting with all of them. My dream car is a Maserati. I remember when we were at Palawan Island, that was the very first time I saw a Maserati on like face to face. That is when I saw it, and I took a picture with it. I've never forgotten about it, and I still work to fulfill and ensure that I'm gonna get to there owning this particular team. Owning this particular car. We also have a 100K mentorship program over here in Kenya. We help our individuals after they've joined the business to ensure that they're earning not less than 100,000 each and every single month. Because over here we say if you're earning less than 100,000 in a month, it simply means you're just a mere hustler. And honestly, today we have very many members who are making this amount of money. This was our goal while the year was starting, and today we have fulfilled this. Next year, we're gonna raise the bar, and definitely we know we're gonna get there. And personally, I always say, don't wait for the perfect time to start, because time doesn't wait for anyone to get ready. We say procrastination is a fertilizer that makes impossibilities grow. Stand up and work while it's day, for night cometh, no man can work. This is the end of the year. What have you achieved? If at all we say we have achieved nothing, then it is time to go back to the drawing board and see where we went wrong. Because I believe each and every particular person by the end of the year, they need to at least pick some goals. Sometimes the plan that somebody could be using could be the wrong plan. And that is when you need to think of changing the plan and coming on board if at all you're not yet a member. Again, as I always say, don't practice insanity, doing the same thing year in, year out, expecting different results. Not gonna happen like that. Again, embrace change. We are human beings. We're the only beings in the universe that are more, let me say, privileged compared to every other breathing being. If you look at a tree, it can grow as tall as it may want to grow, but it will never change wherever it is. If you look at a dog or a cat or an animal, it will forever remain to be like that. It can't change and have characteristics of a cat. But once you come on board to our business, you'll meet doctors, you'll meet engineers,